YouTube. I talked to y'all for a minute, probably a little bit longer than a minute. It's about the King Nappy situation that happened on April Fool's Day, or it was March 31st, before April Fool's, whatever it happened, when the heated Mo had a falling out with the King Nappy, and then subsequently Numb Nexus, Philly Beats You, Sacred Fire Negro. Jay didn't know anything about it at the time. I would have to say that they outed King Nappy for no reason. And I'm going to explain why. Now, excluding Nick, not excluding Nick, because Nick is Sacred Fire Negro. Excluding the heated Mo, because we're going to leave him out. Their situation was different. He said that he was manipulative and he was grooming, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to break it down for you, okay? Because I think a lot of people are trying to put they trying to put adolescents and children in the same category. They aren't. They are not in the same category. Adolescent is a young adult. When you're over the age of 18, you are no longer an adolescent. You are an adult. I would say about 21, you're more of an adult than an adolescent. And I'm going to tell you where the transference of adolescent from child to adolescent begins this way. When your nuts drop, when your testicles drop, when a woman has her period, when your hormones grow and you start getting pimples, is when you have come from a child into an adolescent. Some people become adolescents start younger than others. Okay? I know a person, she started her adolescent change at 9 years old. I would still consider her a child because her mind wasn't that mature at 9. But back to the situation at hand with the King Nappy. Wasted 2 minutes just to say that. Nappy, his situation is one that you have to have so many variables with it to even call him what everyone's calling him. And they're calling him a pedophile. And a pedophile is someone that is sexually attacking, who is a predator. And a predator is a person is in this sense would have to be if Nappy was trying to have sex with people under the age of 13. Now, it would be statutory rape if he had sex with anyone under the age of 15. And this is how it works, okay? Nappy is not a pedophile. He isn't. He did not do anything wrong. And this is why. I'm sure there are a lot of people out here whose parents were together when one of their parents was 16. And one of their other parents was over the age of 21. So, you're calling this person a pedophile, but that means that you would have to go back and look at your own parents and consider them a pedophile. The difference, there is no difference. Nappy didn't do anything wrong. Nappy never did. Even with his messages. Every time that he talked to Callum, it's, hey, I don't think we can have a working relationship because I have feelings for you. I would have to leave you. I would have to remove you from my groups. I would have to get rid of you because I have feelings for you. And I understand that sentiment. He's not telling Callum that, hey, if you don't work with me, and be my boyfriend, I'm not going to help you get this clout. Y'all keep forgetting that Nappy built Nick, Nexus, Duncan, Callum. He built all of them. All of them got their clout from Nappy, the ground up. Some people found Sacred Fire Negro from Lumio Station, and Nappy ran Lumio Station. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Nappy ran Lumio Station. He ran Nappy the Great. He ran The King Nappy and Nappy Speaks. Let's get it. Let's keep it real. 100. And I think a lot of people on social media need to understand that everything that those guys said to him, everything that they said to us over social media, all the angry atrocities that they spewed out, if Nappy, because I know Nappy has their addresses, I know Nappy knows how old they are, Nappy has their numbers, Nappy can sue them for defamation of character, slander, and for libel. There's my lady's in the seat right next to me. Nappy can turn around and sue them all. He could be the reason why their channels fail, while they go into debt. He could single-handedly crush the entire Pokemon community. The only people that would survive the Pokemon community are the ones that are not involved in a lawsuit. Because of the fact that he can, y'all don't understand, he can also sue for pain and suffering. That's how deep this gets. None of them can sue him unless they're trying to get lost wages. But he could countersue for defamation of character, libel, slander, pain and suffering. He can sue them all for that time that he lost, that he could have been posting YouTube videos, that he could have been spending time with his family, that everybody else on YouTube could have been just literally just having a fine time, like nothing was going on. Everything was fine until Nathan decided to, get outed. I mean, that's not Nappy's fault. That's Attack on Sevion. She outed Nathan. And that's the issue. That's the real issue. That should have been the focus of the whole entire situation. But they turned it on Nappy because Nappy was powerful and they wanted to get him out of the way so they could grow their channels. Y'all don't understand how deep this was. I'm going to tell you. They did all that because they wanted to grow their channel. Nappy was on average getting 1,000 subscribers a month. At least. Maybe more. He was on his way to 600,000 subscribers. And they saw that. Oh man, at the way he's going to hit 1 million subscribers and be one of the biggest YouTubers out next to Shofu. Next to Ali IA. However you say his name. Next to Jaywitz. Next to Tyranitar Tube. He was a very big part of people's lives. And for his friends to have turned on him, just not cool. Nappy didn't have anything that would even make him considered a pedophile. The evidence does not say that he's a pedophile. It says that he's a man looking for love, and there were people willing to love him back. He even backpedaled when he started getting pushy. He wasn't being manipulative. So, a lot of people, in the face of somebody that has a strong personality, that gets shit done, that's more stern, and will get in the middle of a situation and nip it in the bud and draw all the heat away from the situation, is a person that most people are afraid of because they have a alpha dog mentality. Nappy in the Pokemon community is an alpha dog. And he had a bunch of betas around him. That's literally what he had. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that he treated his friends the best, because if he didn't pay him, he didn't pay him. But that's the only thing that you can fault him on. But as far as being a pedophile, he didn't even have a sexual case. None of them can bring anything sexual up against Nappy. It's no dick pics. It's no asking of them. It's no pushing to get them sent. It's no, it's none of that. And that still would be statutory rape. It's not anything that he could do to be called a pedophile at all. Now, he could be a sex offender if there was something sexual going on. But all the evidence that was stated against him, none of it was ever sexual. Some of it was pushy. Some of it kind of sounded mean. It could be easily taken out of context. It could have been easily taken out of, basically context. You can't hear the reverberation of his voice. You can't hear how he said it. And with that, it will never hold up in court. It never will. And no, he's not a disgusting person. He's a human being. Even now, you gonna run into somebody who's 16 that you find really attractive, and that's everyone. And they're 16, and you're gonna be like, "Oh man, that's crazy," but you're not going to sit there and go give her phone number to them and ask for titty pics and all that kind of stuff. Don't you guys see that the Numb Nexus and Sacred Fire Negro teamed up with Duncan and Callum and Luke because they weren't getting the shine that Nappy was getting? That was a coup. That is what you call a coup. Philly Beats You took a story and ran with it. Mystic Umbreon is just as bad. All of them. All of them. All of them. He sits. It's people that made podcasts about it. And it's not Nappy's innocent changed my mind. Nappy didn't manipulate me into believing this. I took the time to constantly think about it, talk about it, and I had a lot of conversations. And because I had a lot of conversations with it, I got a better understanding of the laws. I got a better understanding of the situation. And I got a better understanding. Excuse me. I got a better understanding of just how dirty and how snakes band together to kill an animal. Because they don't bite themselves in the snake pit, they bite the thing that comes in the snake pit. And Nappy just happened to be in the snake pit when he cut his grass. He cut his grass and fell into a snake pit called the Pokemon community, called Sacred Fire Negro, called Numb Nexus, called The Heated Mo, called Tricky Wee, called Glixex City, called Jay, YouTube Gamer, Twit. I can go on for days. It's the same with Mudkip Mama. Let's exonerate her. Her messages were creepy. Her coming on to people sexually was creepy. But none of it could consider her a pedophile. She's not a disgusting monster. Neither is the King Nappy. The people that are monsters are the ones who blatantly threw that out there just because they knew it would get a rise out of the Me Too movement. It would get a rise out of all those people that are going through sexual assaults. That would get a rise out of those people who are dealing with who know that people in their family are pedophile, that know that it hits close to home to them. They did that because of the fact it was a way to destroy a man. They used a word, pedophile, to destroy a man. And in all honesty, the King Nappy should come back. And he should be making YouTube videos, and you all should apologize to him, and you all should resubscribe to the King Nappy, because that is what he deserves. That man should not be off YouTube. That man should not be off YouTube. That man should not be off YouTube. And he shouldn't be off social media. You all attacked him wrongly, and you all should be ashamed of it. Now, if you're watching this video right now and you agree with me and you've done as much research, or go back and just do the research yourself. I mean, you have Google. You have a search engine that will literally tell you what these words mean, what the laws in your country are for the legal age of consent, what the legal age of sexual consent is. And don't get it twisted. A sexual predator will never go after somebody under the age of 15. Will never go after somebody over the age of 15. He's going to go after children because they're easier. He's always going to go after children because they're easier. Adolescents are not their targets. Adolescents will never be their target because of the fact that we're going through puberty and we're older. The King Nappy did nothing wrong, and he never has. If you took his case into court, it would get thrown out because of how they handled it, how they went about it. Some of those people should still be doing soul links with him. Some of those people should still be doing penta-ops with them. Those men need to go to him, apologize, and tell him to come back. Because the only reason he's done with YouTube is because we're attacking him as a fan base. And as a fan base, we need to stand up for what's right and go apologize to him. And this is me. I apologize, King Nappy, because I said that you did it and you didn't. You didn't do anything wrong. The people that you working with are too young and too stupid to have the sense of decency to admit when they're wrong. And they won't until they're 25 plus. They will apologize when they become men. They're still young adolescents. They're still young boys. They still have the mind of a teenager. They haven't reached adulthood yet. And you gotta understand that. So I apologize, King Nappy. I'm 28 years old. And with that, comment under this video, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Carl_Elamine, or follow me on Twitter at Crowsticks. This is me. This is Crow signing out. Y'all have a great one.